Hello everyone, my name's Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems, and if you're new here, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show. Because tonight I'm super excited, people. This is part 2 of my big, in this case mostly horror, book haul. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've got 17 books to show tonight, and yeah, most of it is horror, but there are going to be 2 or 3 surprises thrown in. A science fiction novel that I've been wanting to read for a long time, and yeah, people, it's middle of the year, I've spent a lot of money, I've had some of these books imported, but you know what, life is too short, and sometimes you just got to read the books you want to read. And a lot of these books I could not get at my second-hand store up the road. So yeah, we went online. And I looked at my Goodreads TBR, and the books I really want to read. All the videos I've been watching on Booktube, books that I've been wanting to read forever and I've never been able to find. And so I said, I'm going to just splurge. Life's too short. So yeah, that's why we got this haul. Another thing, yeah, you can rest assured that a lot of the books from the hauls that I've been doing recently, kind of the last 2-3 hauls, we're talking 30-40 books, I'm going to be reading and I'm going to be reviewing for the rest of the year, going into next year, because yeah, these books I'm excited about, people. And I've got some beautiful books. There's 1 or 2 at the end that I'm very, very excited about. I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed though. The company that delivered me these books, at the last minute they'll say not in stock. So there was one book, Off Season by Jack Ketchum, which I love. And they just said to me, just randomly, sorry, not in stock. They reimburse you, yes, but I think there were about 5 books that happened like that. And it kind of irritated me. But yeah, I'm going to be reading these books, and this video I'm going to require your help. I need a little bit of audience participation, because with the paperbacks from hell, I did about 4 in the last video, and I've got 2 here, and I'm going to need your help, people, because next month I want to read 2 paperbacks from hell for sure. And I want you to choose from 5 that I've got here. So I'm reading The Girl Next Door. So there was one, Let's Go Play at the Adams, that I'm not going to include here. But from these 5 I want to read 2. So yeah, let's get to those first. Okay, for the new ones that have just arrived, we've got Black Ambrosia from Elizabeth Engstrom. And yeah, all it says in the front, if you're close enough to kiss her, you're close enough to die. So yeah, I'm loving this little kind of lizard thing. I love all these covers so much. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about the back of the book, but it looks very interesting. Maybe like a succubus, something like that. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, that's Black Ambrosia. And then we got one that really looks interesting. The Abbis by Cunningham. And yeah, I love this demon in the front. And from what I've read, oh, look at the Abbis there with the little claw. Writing is gorgeous. And from what I understand, it's just basically they dig too deep, this mining place, and demons come out from hell and cause havoc. I love those kind of books. I love my hellish books. So yeah, that could be a lot of fun. And then let's try and remember what these were about. We've got number 1 from the last haul, Hellhounds by Ken Greenhall, about a sociopathic dog and in his head. Yeah. And then we've got The Nest by Gregory A. Douglas. And this is a think mutated cockroaches. Yeah, they feed on flesh. So that's Animal Attack book. And then we got Nightblood. I love this cover. And this is a bonkers plot, people. It's by T. Chris Martindale. Introduction by Grady Hendrix. I like that, because I do have Grady Hendrix's book as a guide. And yeah, this is, I think, about a kind of elite soldier from Vietnam who gets a ghost in him, and because of that he's able to do battle against an army of vampires. That's all I remember from what I said. So yeah, you got these 5 books, people. Let's just show you them again. Please vote down below. Let me know which 2 of these books I should read in August. Please. Thank you. Yes, please. Okay, next up we got Annihilation from Jeff van der Meer. And yeah, apparently this is about the area that's cut off from civilization, or what remains of it, called, what is it called, Area X. And yeah, nature has kind of overtaken this area, and it's only people that enter it are the special team, and things happen to them. That's all I know about the book from reading it back, and I want to go into it pretty blind. I heard it does get very weird. I don't know if there's a bit of an apocalyptic feel to it. I've seen it all over Booktube, but recently I saw it on my friend Mark at the book thing. So Mark, yeah, I'm going to finally be reading Annihilation. And it's also the first part of the series. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so let's see. I think it's a pretty cool cover as well. Kind of shiny. Lots of colours. Shiny. Yeah, Annihilation. Okay, next up we got some Robert McCammon, who is breathing down the neck of Stephen King as becoming my favourite author of all time. Yes, people, I love this author. And I've got 2 or 3 books in this pile from this author. And this one is The Border. Yeah. Now this sounds freaking insane. And it sounds like my kind of book. And some of these books I have to read the back because they sound so good. And the thing is a little bit intricate, but I don't want to go in completely blind, and I want to get you guys interested. And the back sounds really interesting. So, hang on, yeah. He makes a triumphant return to the epic horror and apocalyptic tone. Another apocalyptic book, my favourites. Swan Song. Reminiscent of his books Swan Song and Stinger in his gripping new novel, The Border, a saga of an Earth devastated by war between 2 marauding alien civilizations. So you got these 2 alien civilizations at war, and Earth is stuck in between. That's what I get from that. Right. But it's not just the living ships of the monstrous Gorgons, or the motion-blurred shock troops of the armoured ciphers that endanger the holdouts in the human bastion of Panther Ridge. The world itself has turned against a handful of survivors, as one by one they succumb to despair and suicide, or even worse, are transformed by otherworldly pollution into hideous grey men, cannibalistic mutants driven by insatiable hunger. There's a lot going on in this book, people. I can't wait. I love this author. So yeah, that's The Border. And yeah, I decided to bring in another Robert McCammon, and this is a 5. It says at the front here, it isn't just Robert McCammon's best novel in years, it's his best novel ever, Stephen King. No, that's Swan Song, A Boy's Life. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, and this sounds really interesting because it's about rock music, and I like my rock. It's first, sorry, it's the new glasses, people. I have to look from the lower part of the lens. The narrative tells a story of an eponymous rock band struggling to survive on the margins of a music business. As they move through the American Southwest on what might be their final tour together, the band members come to the attention of a damaged Iraq war veteran, and their lives are changed forever. Yeah, damaged war veteran, sort of rockers. Maybe they need Ozzy. Rest in peace, Ozzy. I miss you. Yeah, I really I felt his death. So R.I.P. Ozzy. Love Black Sabbath. But anyway, that is the 5. Next up we got Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. Now, I love The Road. Kind of a post-apocalyptic, very sad, kind of messed up novel about a father and son travelling through this landscape and trying to survive. But yeah, I love that. I heard Blood Meridian is incredibly disturbing, very bloody, very graphic, very cruel. That kind of worries me a little bit, but I do want to read more by the author. And I think it's kind of supposed to be a western, and yeah, it's supposed to have some very cruel characters. So I'm going to go into it kind of blind, but I think I should enjoy it. Yeah, let me know if you've read it down below, what you think. So yeah, that's Blood Meridian. Now we're going for the first of 2 Richard Matheson books. I'm starting to really enjoy him, and I've read this story a long time ago. But we got Duel, Terror Stories by Richard Matheson. So this is a short story collection. I've read Duel, I haven't read any of the others. And yeah, Duel was made into a famous movie, I'm pretty sure you know about it. This kind of this truck, chasing this other guy down a lonely desert highway. Very suspenseful, kind of, not so much horror, more a thriller. But I loved it. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading his short stories, because he's the author I want to read more of, that's for sure. So yeah, you got Richard Matheson, Duel, and actually I'm going to go straight to the next one. You got Stir of Echoes. This is one of my wife's favourite movies. That's very, very good. The man, I think, accepts that he's going to be hypnotised, doesn't think anything's going to happen, and yeah, it's basically, he sees himself as a pragmatist. He goes hypnotized, he obliges to prove a point, nothing's going to happen. So no one is more surprised than Tom when it works. But this cheap parlour trick unlocked something that now threatens his sanity, way of life and marriage. So yeah, he sees things, and yeah, it's actually a very good movie. I can't remember a lot about it, but I bought this for my wife. Let's just say that she's going to read this book more than I am. I will eventually get to it. So that's Stir of Echoes, Richard Matheson. Okay, one of my favourite authors, new to me authors, David Sodergren, Dead Girl Blues. I couldn't find any of the other books on any of the shops that I've tried to get some of the ones that I've read already that I gave 4 or 5 stars to. But hey, I want to read everything by him. So, Dead Girl Blues. And this is apparently like a slasher. I read on the back something about snuff movies, slasher, and he's just going to kill everyone. That's okay. I'm not normally huge into slashers, but knowing David Sodergren, I'm sure he's going to make it very interesting. And there's going to be other twists and other stuff that happens, because I love the way he writes. So yeah, that's Dead Girl Blues. I don't know what to say about this cover, but it's interesting. Yeah. Next we got a book that I have read, The Rising by Brian Keane. I've read that on my Kindle, but man, do I love this cover. I absolutely love this cover. It is bloody, it's brutal, and I love this book. When I read it, I've already spoken about it. It's a zombie apocalypse tale like no other. Intelligent zombies that drive cars, eventually can shoot guns, and I'm not going to give too much away, but it's brilliant. So if you're tired of the zombie genre, this book is something completely different, and it gives their origin tale, and it's not what you expect at all. And yeah, it's kind of survivors looking for his son, going across this zombie wonderland with human monsters and zombie monsters. And the zombie monsters are not just people monsters, they're birds of the air. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more. This is highly original, brilliant, brutal, and I loved it. And it's part 1 of a series, so I'm going to read this again. This is going to be a reread before I read part 2, because I don't understand why I haven't continued. So this is a great book. This is a fun book. Brian Keane. Okay people, I need audience participation again, because in my last haul I picked up Adam Neville, The Reddening. Now yeah, this sounds amazing. Prehistoric creatures, monsters, and this is basically Michael Wurtenberg's favourite Adam Neville book. I saw he did a ranking of all of Adam Neville. He's a massive fan, and yeah, so I bought this book. But now I've also bought another one. For this haul, I've bought all the Fiends of Hell, because I definitely want to delve into more of this author. Yeah, and this is basically about kind of, yeah, the end of the world. I think it's some kind of invasion, and these dreadful creatures are just killing everyone on Earth. And it sounds like my kind of book. Well, this does as well. And in the comments section from my last video, someone recommended all the Fiends of Hell. I think it was Happy Goat Horror. I'm going to link her below. Awesome channel. And both of them, awesome channels. And I need you to tell me which one of these two, The Reddening or All the Fiends of Hell. Vote down below. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm not too sure why I bought this book, but it was very cheap and I bought it more as an afterthought. Metamorphosis, Franz Kafka. And I've never read this author before, even though it's a classic. And I just felt that I had to. And I think it's about a man who wakes up and he's transformed into, I think it's an insect. And now he has to figure out how he's going to get by as being an insect. So yeah, could be fun. Something a little bit different. But yeah, it was very cheap, and I'm glad I'm going to read some classics again. So, Franz Kafka, Metamorphosis. Yeah. Time for another Robert McCammon. We got Stinger. Now I think this is one of his earlier novels, and I read the back, and it seems like it's about kind of a alien bounty hunter that invades Earth. There's this desert town, it's falling apart. Racism, all sorts of stuff going on, and yeah, this alien bounty hunter kind of attacking. It just sounds like really weird, but it could be a lot of fun. And it says here it's inspiration for Teacup, the new series on Peacock. So let me know if any of you have read this. Just look really, really fun. And yeah, apparently, you know, the worry is that it's going to spill out into the wider Earth. Going to destroy the town. Yeah, don't know nothing about it. Could be fun. Next up, a science fiction novel that has been raved about on Booktube, and I've been wanting to read it as my first science fiction. Unless some of you in the last video you told me some other options, which is great. No one said this, but yeah, I've got Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I haven't read The Martian, but I heard this book is phenomenal, and maybe a good start for science fiction. Let me know. I have taken notice of all of your comments in the last video, so I've actually written some of those other ones down, but this is where I might be starting. Let me just read the back a little bit, because actually a lot of the booktubers that I really respect, that have enjoyed this book, said it's better to go in as blind as possible, like not knowing anything. And yeah, it says a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. This guy is a sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and the Earth itself will perish. But right now he doesn't know that. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time, and he's just woken to find himself hurtling through space, millions of miles from home. It's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery. And he's got to do it on his own, all alone. Or does he? Yeah. Next month, people, maybe September, let me know. next up, easy book to continue my Stephen King journey, because it's so short, people. And that is Elevation by Stephen King. Now, all I know about this little novella is that it's about this man losing weight, right? And he's not getting thinner, but he's losing weight. And I don't know what else there is about it. If it's a good or bad novella, I'm not sure. But it should be a quick, easy read. So, yeah, that's Elevation. Okay, everyone, so these final two books that I got here, big books. But this next one, I've been looking for a long time, people. There are no places in South Africa that sell these books. And I love Michael McDowell. I've read 4 of his novels, or 3 of his novels, and I'm reading a 4th. In fact, it's the next book I'm going to be reading. It's called Katie. But I wanted to read Blackwater by Michael McDowell. Look at the cover, hardcover, also thing at the back. And yeah, this is a book in series. I think there's 6 or 7 series, so this is a complete series. And I think I'm going to read one every month for the rest of the year, because I've been wanting to read this book, people. Really, really wanting to read this book. And yeah, it's like a Southern Gothic horror about a family. I think it's about a girl that's disappeared. I think it's in Alabama, in the swamps. Well, if you look at this. And yeah, it's just about history of this family, or this town. And there's an evil there, there's something there. That's all I know. And to be honest, I'm not going to read inside, I'm not going to read the back or the front, because I want to go into this very blind. I want to enjoy it, because apparently it's his masterpiece, maybe The Elementals, I'm not sure, which I've read. Brilliant. But I'm looking forward to getting into this, getting stuck into this. This, out of all of the books I mentioned, this is the one I'm most excited about. In fact, even out of my previous 2 hauls, this is the book I'm most excited about, people. I'm really looking forward to this, Blackwater. Yeah. Oh, this guy, look how, the girl there looks a little bit like an anime. I love the cover, hardcover edition. Very chuffed to get this. Very chuffed. It wasn't cheap. Had to have it imported. But that's okay, people. Sometimes you have to spend your money on the things you love, right? Right? Yeah. And the final book, people. I've got the complete collection of H.P. Lovecraft on Kindle. But that's just not good enough. I've got a little kind of penguin Lovecraft, but that's not good enough. So I went online and I got the complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah. And you know, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with reading on my Kindle, but I have to be honest, I prefer to have a book in my hand. And yeah, Kindle has been great, because being a South African, it's difficult to get a lot of titles. You know, I would never, so many kind of splatterpunk or more extreme books that I can never get here. Maybe that's why off-season didn't get here, because just they're not available here, people. So yeah, I'm happy to read a book as opposed to a Kindle. That's just me. I like to feel, although this is heavy, I have to put it on my lap when I read it. Yeah? Complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. Okay, everyone, so that's my haul done for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, if you enjoy my content, please be sure to give me a like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. And let me know down below which books I should read. Take part in what I said there. Let me know the 2 paperbacks from hell that you think I should read, and also the choice of those 2 Adam Neville books in particular. But I'd love to hear from you. Besides that, just tell me what you think of the books. Have you read them? Engage with me. Have a conversation with me. I love that. I mean, talk in the comments. But yeah, until next time, yeah, take care of yourselves out there. Look after yourselves. this world we live in. Keep those pages turning, and cheers.